Hello, it's been a couple days. I created the login page on my website, and also I made the registration flow, including creating the verification system. But one of the things I'm trying to focus on is creating as little friction as is possible to use the actual website. And so I end up removing the registration page because I felt like registration is something that should be done automatically. In this particular setup, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I might actually come back on this. The idea was you buy an asset or you download it, and then you want to fill in a link to your email. And if you don't have an account, it will create one for you with the password already set up, which is like a couple of easy words to remember so that you can log in. Let me just show off. I don't remember what the password used to be. I think the password I had before was actually shorter than this. So I can't actually prove I can log in right now. I'm very sorry. It's very embarrassing. Anyway, here's the code. And there's a couple of things I did security-wise. Now, I did not have a captcha because I find captchas to also be like a hurdle, something that like creates friction to the process of using the website. But I'm like, how can I not have a captcha for registration? Well, you can do a bunch of things, but one of the things I did is paywall it. Literally paywall the registration. If you're buying an asset, then you can sign up an account, and there you go. You have enough friction for bots to make it not really worth it. And for people who download free assets, they have to make an account, put in their information, and for now, I don't really know how to deal with that yet. But yeah, registration, no need for a captcha because it's already behind, only for people who pay. And this is done on purpose because I also don't want people to unnecessarily have to register an account. So to come back on the free aspect, the free files should just be freely available, and that's really it. Anyway, I have a max length of the email for 256, which is reasonable. It's probably the longest an email can be. And then a password of 16 and 128 of the length. And the reason why I chose this is because 16 is big enough to make it hard to force, right? Hard to brute force, and 128 because you want to deal with password managers. Now, I set no other rules for the password though. I didn't make capital letters a requirement. I didn't make numbers a requirement. I didn't make any symbol a requirement because you would like to write a whole sentence into the password field and for it to work. For instance, your password can be, my name is Jeff. You know, you press a space, you got a long enough password. It's very easy to remember. Now, for logging in, I didn't do much. I set up a rate limiter, which basically prevents you from spamming the login link, and then it gives you a cooldown, which makes it hard to brute force again. And then all I do is I validate that the model is correct, and I log in. Now, I disabled lockout on failure. Why did I do this? I mean, it is kind of a good thing to for security, but it also allows you to do a denial of service. If you just know someone's email exists, which I also try to prevent, then you can just keep logging in as that user and lock him out of the account and just piss him off. So now here's just a temporary template for it, but this is why so far my thinking process as to what I want to have do on my website. I just want people to be able to click a product. All right, they go to the product page and then, oh, it's a pack. But then you have like a singular product, you want to buy it. You go to the checkout area, you fill in your information, and then that's it. If you want an account, that is automatically registered because you have a license associated with it. And you don't need to think of a password. It's just in the email. It's just something like a passphrase. You can change it if you want. But that's it. No friction. I don't like it. I don't like seeing ads. I don't like having to, even with the registration page, design-wise, I thought about removing the confirm password field. Because every registration page has this field. Let me go bring it up here. I don't know why, because sometimes there's like these standards that they have inside of code. This is just something everybody does, but we don't really ask why. You have your first name here. What am I? OBS call. You have your first name here, your last name. I don't know why you would need this in a registration form. I'm just trying to create an account here. This is only useful for administration purposes, or in my case, licensing. Then your email, but then you have your password and your confirm password. And they're like, well, it's to prevent people who will mistype their own password. Okay, but I have an ability to reset my password. Right? I can ask for a password request, but you don't ask this for the email, which also is important, right? Because you assume that they typed the email correctly. Is that why? Is it because I can't see it here? So I'm very stubborn. I'm thinking remove the confirm password field, remove the first name and last name, just leave the email and the password, and that's it. That's it. For like the 1 in 100 people who mistype their own passwords, they can just reset it. They can request a reset. But for everybody who is just automatically typing their password, they don't want to go type a password, type confirm password again, just to register, just to access something on your website that they can get for free. And if they paid for it, they want it now. All right? So my whole design focus, right? I'm not saying design as in I'm like completely drafting out the website, right? I'm not a graphics designer, but it's to find steps inside of the process that are creating friction for the user. And so when it comes to buying the asset, I don't even think I would need an account. I can just associate it with an email, and that's it. I would just have the user sign out, and that's it. Now, the reason I keep an account is because I want people to be able to access their files, but I'm not going to force them to activate their account just to download something that they just purchased. I can leave the download link inside of the email, and then I can say like, look, if you want to access it again, you have to log into your account. Here's how to set it up. And that's it. There you go.